buddies and myself that happened along the structure fire. Two of us rushed into the building and immediately got smoke inhalation. Had to come back out. Our third buddy was handling what we like to call a quarter-inch hose, commonly known as a garden hose, trying to do something with the fire and obviously pushing the fire in the wrong direction. We were young, we thought we were courageous, but we were foolish. We rushed in someplace we didn't belong, and we didn't know what we were getting into.
We did a lot of things together. We went to the baseball games in Richmond together. We pulled.
Nearly every street corner of America, much like the one we see here, a special code was transmitted to every fire station. When a firefighter died in the line of duty, the fire alarm office would tap at a special signal. That signal was 5 measured dashes, then a pause, 5 more dashes, another pause, then 5 more dashes. That was box alarm 555. This became universally known as tolling of the bell, and was broadcast over all telegraph fire alarm circuits to every fire station. The fire service as of today is ever changing, but it's steeped in over 200 years of tradition. Today we still utilize these traditions as symbols which reflect honor and respect on those who have given so much, who have served so well. To symbolize the devotion that these brave souls had for their duty, a special signal represents the end of our comrades' duties and that they will be returning to quarters. It is customary that the last alarm be sounded for our brother or sister who paid the supreme sacrifice, for having selflessly given their lives for the good of their fellow man, their task completed, and a job well done. Right now, we're going to honor our fallen comrades with the tolling of the bell and remembering Captain James W.G. died in the line of duty Sunday, November 15, 1964. In memory of Sergeant Michael Desmond Gall, killed in the line of duty. A firefighter, Robert W. Erb, died by contact exposure Sunday, January 25th, 2004. Thank you.
I'm going to ask Chief Sturtevant.
Thank you for joining us on this solemn and celebratory morning. It is solemn because we recognize the loss of our members, but we celebrate their legacy. And it is very, very important that we understand that between 80 and 100 firefighters every year in the United States die in the line of duty. We've got our work cut out for us. Under the leadership of Chief Rubin, we've done some fantastic things in our organization to ensure that we minimize that risk. We've had the Incident Safety Officer course brought to the organization in partnership with the Richmond Fire Department. There's been a significant level of training that took place last week from an operations standpoint that helps us with safety and survival. And it is just very, very important that we maintain a high level of situational awareness so that we can continue to minimize the risk. My challenge to the Petersburg Fire Department, we stand on the shoulders of some fire service giants. They paid the ultimate sacrifice. Let's continue to take care of this community. Let's continue to take care of each other. please do not forget to take care of yourselves. To the community of Petersburg, I challenge you, continue to embrace each other. We live in some very trying times in this country and in the world. And it is very, very important that we look to maintain our humanity. Thank you all again for joining us this morning, and may God bless you and God bless America.
I see so many firefighters here today who I have looked up to and respected since I first began working in the city of Petersburg. I contribute all that I know to these firefighters who have taken the time to teach me the art and science of firefighting. I want to thank you for all that you have done for the city and for the legacies you have left with the fire department. I also want to thank Mayor Parham, Vice Mayor Hart, Ms. Tias, for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here today honoring our fallen firefighters. I also want to thank Mr. Richards with the Progress Index for recognizing the importance of this occasion and this location, and offering up all that you have to help us with this event. And thank you to all the citizens who have come out to show their respect and support for the fire department. Unfortunately, Petersburg is a perfect example of the many dangers that firefighters face. There are the obvious dangers that are evident to the general public. The dangers that come from fighting fire. The risk of an explosion and a collapse, something that this city knows all too well. Sergeant Goff died as a result of this. Sergeant Goff made the ultimate sacrifice right where we stand 36 years ago today. I've been fortunate enough to work with and get to know many of the firefighters who responded to this fire. I thank all of you who responded for all of the amazing acts of bravery made that day. All of you made a sacrifice that day. Many of you suffered serious injuries. I thank you for your service that day and for continuing to get back on the rig, serving the city when the dust finally settled from this tragedy. What the general public does not know is that there are other, more hidden dangers that firefighters are faced with. Heart attacks are the #1 killer of firefighters, and they have been for many years now. Consider this: you go from a deep sleep where your heart rate may be around 50 beats per minute. Without warning, the alarm comes in. Studies have shown that your heart rate can rise to 130 beats per minute instantly. Then a few minutes later, you arrive on scene of a structure fire. During the extremely demanding physical and mental labor of firefighting, your heart rate can rise to 180, 200 beats per minute, or even higher. Think of the extreme demand on your heart. Combine this demand with the everyday stresses of the job, the mental strain of the job, dehydration, heat exhaustion, and sleep deprivation. Unfortunately, this is the perfect recipe for a heart attack. In November of 1964, Captain G made this ultimate sacrifice while fighting a fire on Pocahontas Island. Another hidden danger we face is cancer. Cancer is a slow and silent killer that has been proven to be far more likely in firefighters than in the general public. Firefighters are exposed to countless toxic substances. Consider the number of synthetic materials that fill our homes and businesses today. When these items burn, they put off deadly gases and toxins. There is still much research being done, but there are studies showing that firefighters are twice as likely to have certain types of cancer as the general public. Firefighter Robert Erb died from cancer at a far too young age. Firefighter Erb made this ultimate sacrifice after years of dedicated service with the Petersburg Fire Department. The Petersburg Professional Firefighters Association, along with the Fire Administration, have committed to constructing a monument, as Chief Ferguson mentioned. This monument will be in memory of our fallen brothers. We promise to never forget these brave men and the sacrifices that they have made while selflessly putting their lives on the line to protect lives in our community. Through all of the stresses of the job, the sleepless nights, missing holidays with our families, missing our children's big game or dance recitals, with the constant threat of cuts to our already hurting fire department, our firefighters will continue to give our all to the city of Petersburg, just the same as our predecessors have in the past. I hope that Captain G, Sergeant Goff, and Firefighter Herb would be proud knowing that their service and sacrifices will never stop helping the firefighters identify, prepare, and train for the many dangers that we face every day. I thank God for these men and for all of the men and women who have continued to get back on the rig while never knowing what dangers they could be faced with on any given day. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain, for those comments. I asked retired Battalion Chief Tommy Barrett to come up to share a closing prayer, but also after 45 years plus of experience with our department, he may have some other insight he'd like to share. Chief, if you would.
Thank you very much. Good morning. If you join me with a closing prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful gathering. We have come here today not just to honor a fallen comrade, but also to remember our brothers and sisters that have been physically and mentally scarred. Before you is the vanguard of public safety. These brave men and women will be the first to respond. Most often, they will be our last best hope to protect life and property. In this ever-changing and complex world, they will need, now more than ever, your blessings. We ask that you stand by these dedicated public servants through the execution of their duties. Constantly exposed to human tragedy, we ask that you comfort them in their hours of despair. We ask this in the name of all faiths. Amen.